What's up guys, it's Angel. I hope you're ready to celebrate America's birthday, and what better way than to draw on your nails with Sharpies. But before we bust out the hot dogs and sparklers, I just want to sidetrack for a quick second. If you don't follow me on my other social media, Instagram and Snapchat, by the way, why don't you? You totally should. I'm amazing. You may not have heard, but my boyfriend was in a motorcycle accident last week, and I'm only bringing that up because it has affected my uploading. I want to sincerely thank everybody for their well wishes. It really means a lot to me. He is thankfully okay, and he should be back to normal in a couple of weeks, but currently he really can't do anything for himself, so I am doing everything for him. And when I say everything, I literally mean everything. Go ahead, imagine everything that you do to take care of a human being. So let's get back to the fun stuff. Yas, Merca. I decided to try out a new base coat that I bought on Amazon, and I really only bought it because it had Gooey in the name. Can't even lie. And I don't know about this one, guys. It's linked down below. You can check it out. It's just super thin and it dries to nothing on my nails, and I think it caused some problems that I'm going to show you later. I started with a white base coat because what else is new? Here I applied 2 coats of OPI Alpine Snow, and over this base coat it applied like shit. It wasn't even like I had a base coat on. It was like applying to a bare nail, which I don't recommend. And here I'm doing a little cleanup with 100% acetone and my favorite cleanup brush from Twinkled T. I have it linked below. Since I'll be applying nail vinyls, I applied a quick dry top coat. This is HK Girl quick dry top coat. Why do I always say that twice? And then I let it dry for about 20 minutes. But actually, no, I let this dry for a really long time, and that's important later. And if you have eyeballs, I'm sure you've guessed that this nail art was inspired by the American flag. So I'm using Twinkled T straight vinyls to make the red and white stripes. Once your quick dry top coat is dry, you can go ahead and apply those nail vinyls. Now normally I wait 15 to 20 minutes, which is a perfectly acceptable amount of time so that your polish doesn't get ripped up. But this time I was totally distracted and I waited probably about 45 minutes, which is way longer than you need. So I was like, these vinyls are definitely not going to rip up this polish. But once I got all those nail vinyls on, I noticed something terrible. Now don't get me wrong, I've definitely had nail vinyls rip up polish before, but it's usually because I did not wait an appropriate amount of time to pull up the vinyls and the polish was still wet. This I am completely blaming on that new base coat because it was literally like nothing on my nails. But not wanting to take the polish off and start all over again, I determined to just go on with the plan like nothing was happening and hope for the best. Do you think my hand could block the screen anymore? Anyways, I am just going to town with that red Sharpie and drawing directly onto the nail. I'm going to be using 91% Isopropyl Rubbing Alcohol. The higher percentage, the better. Kind of like vodka. Just kidding, kids. Don't use vodka. You have to use rubbing alcohol, or also known as surgical spirits. Here it is. It's clear. I don't know why I'm showing you this because you can't even see it. Then using a little brush, you dip it into the alcohol, and you don't want the brush to be super saturated, just a little bit. Then you can rub it onto the Sharpie and kind of smear it around, and it dissolves the Sharpie so you can pull it into the parts that you couldn't get the marker onto. And it kind of gives it like a distressed effect. And I'm sure some of you are like, why wouldn't she just use polish for this? And my answer to that is, why wouldn't I draw on my nails with Sharpies when I could? Once you get that Sharpie all smeared around and looking perfect, it's time to rip off. Okay, don't rip them off. Gently take off the nail vinyls, and I was planning on using those really long tails, but since we had that episode earlier, I decided to peel from the other side, and I barely had any room to grab them, unfortunately. I tried to be very gentle and go really slowly. And look, it worked. But each one was like nerve-wracking to rip off. I kept thinking, oh my god, I'm just gonna rip off stripes of polish. Okay, I admit, I'm being a little dramatic. But this one was a close one. Luckily, I saved it. Moving on to the blue nails, I channeled my inner 10-year-old self because I'm almost positive I did this back in the day when I was a kid. I mean, who didn't draw on their nails with markers? It was more likely a highlighter, but this definitely reminded me of being a kid again. Once you get the nail completely opaque, bust out that isopropyl rubbing alcohol again and use that brush to pull the dissolved Sharpie into the white spots that you missed with the marker. I was actually pretty proud of myself here because I didn't get any on my skin. Who else thinks that these look really cool on their own? I kind of wanted to leave them, but that wasn't very patriotic. To prep for stamping, I used 1 coat of yellow stopper base coat to give myself a tacky surface to help the stamping to stick to better. Then to protect my skin, I applied Glisten and Glow Ctrl-Alt-Delete Liquid Latex, which this is back to being my favorite. For a while it was Bundle Monster Poly Peel, but Ctrl-Alt-Delete is better. I used Rica whiteout stamping polish with this very patriotic Bundle Monster stamping plate and the Big Bling clear jelly stamper, which is officially my favorite stamper because look at it. It is so huge. You could see everything and there's no distortion. I mean, that image was so small and I was able to line it up perfectly. Oh my goodness. Once I was all stamped, I could peel off Ctrl-Alt-Delete and look at it. It peels so good. And it was finally time to top coat all my nails and this was the exact moment in time when I realized the last time I used the red Sharpie, it turned orange when I added top coat. Whoops. But it only took me about 0.7 seconds to not even care because it was really more of a red-orange, and come on, are the Founding Fathers really gonna care? No. In fact, I'm pretty sure George Washington would love these nails. Let me know in the comments if you think George would love these, and I'm realizing now what a stupid thing that is to say. If you want to see more Sharpie nails, I have an entire playlist of other Sharpie nail looks that I've done because it's my favorite technique. I'll link it down below. And don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like this video. You can leave me a comment. You can follow me on Instagram and Snapchat at twy_star. Wow, I'm very demanding. And I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys. So here come the water decals to save Angel's life. If you don't know what a water decal is, it's basically like a temporary tattoo. You just dip the little decal into water and after a little bit it will slide right off.